and thanks so much for joining me for this Get Ready With Me using so many new products. If you were here for the unboxing, you'll have seen the lovely Fluoresces products up close. I swatched them for you. Today I'm trying them on. I'm also testing out the Saie Slip Tint, so we'll talk about that at the end, but let's go ahead and just get started. We're gonna go in with this product, the Saie Slip Tint, which I picked up at the Sephora sale, which was, gosh, I feel like a while ago. But we're gonna go ahead and give this a try. I have mine in the shade 3.5. It says to use over moisturizer or instead of moisturizer. It does have a very hydrating feeling to it. It's a bit cool, 3.5. So that's one pump on this side of my face. Let's go ahead with the other side. I don't know if it's a full pump. This is a full pump. So let's see how far this goes. Yeah, it goes on quite sheer, so I feel like you might need more rather than less. I'm not sure how oily skin types will get along with this. It's got quite a bit of moisture. I might have to work this in here a little bit, or else I think it might just sit on top. So this is a full pump on this side. I think it's more like 3/4 of a pump on this side. And I do have combo skin, so I'd love to know if you have this and what skin type you have to see how it works on your skin. Yeah, that definitely took some work to get that in. It says it's a best-selling, multi-award winning tinted moisturizer, kind of like the Ilia that I tried. That won a lot of awards too. It's got nourishing skin-loving ingredients so that it doubles as your daily skincare while providing clean SPF 35 protection. A dewy signature Saie glow. So it does have this glow built into it, so you've got to like that. Hyaluronic acid deeply hydrates, and this is what I liked. It has licorice root extract, which claims to brighten and refine. So anything I can do to protect and then also brighten, I like that. 100% mineral zinc oxide. It also has pansy flower, which fights free radicals and delivers antioxidants. Yeah, the more I put on here, the more hydration I got, but it's almost too much for my skin. So the amount I put on over here, which was less, was better. It's taking a moment to settle in here. This is also 1% for the planet. 1% of their sales will go directly to various ocean conservation nonprofits to fund projects focused on cleaning up our oceans and our environment. And they are also climate neutral certified. Let's go in with concealers now. SISLEY. Clé de Peau. This is in Mocha. I did have to work a little bit harder to get the concealer to adhere to the this product, the Slip Tint, because it is so hydrating. Usually I don't invest that much time getting the concealer to stick, but today it just took a little bit more work. We're gonna go in now though with the CHANTECAILLE Next Generation Eye Base in medium. Going with La PRAIRIE. I'm gonna put this to the test. This is a loose powder. It's the Peach Blossom Powder by Fluoresces. This shade 03 Mist. The powder puff is this pretty teal shade. Yeah, this is really glowy on me. It does claim to be lightweight and oil controlling. Let's see how this goes because I definitely need some oil controlling. Just gonna roll it. Oh, actually, that did a really nice job. And I can see my pores are a little emphasized because of the glow, and that brought it down nicely. Here's powdered versus not powdered. Add some more. That's a really lovely powder because I don't actually see the powder on my face, but I do see the results of using it. It says it's lightweight and oil controlling. The powder has a microscopic petal structure, giving it more contact surfaces for better oil control and skin adhesion. So that's what I think, it adhered really well. It also claims to be non-drying. Hyaluronic acid is in there to keep the makeup in place without drying the skin out. It also claims to have an airbrush finish, an ultralight powder, as light as air. It lays down a matte finish and hides your pores the second it goes on your skin. And actually, that's what I noticed. They kind of got blurred with this powder. Really nice. Actually, I did a better job of blurring on this side than on this side. I think I added more concealer here too, so that might have had something to do with it. So far, really nice results on this powder. And I'm just taking this much. I'm not putting that much on. And I'm getting into the powder puff like this, and then I'm just rolling like this. And I just powdered the center. And then I didn't powder the tip of my nose. Here, let me just powder on the sides. It's a beautiful powder, and I'm really picky with powders because I don't like to see a powdery result. I just want to see a little bit more mattified and blurred pores, which is what I got here. Let's see how that holds up, especially because the makeup is so dewy itself. The Saie product is really dewy, but you could see how well that worked. Okay, let's go in with brows. I'm gonna use the Fluoresces eyebrow. This eyebrow pencil is the one that came with the extra pencil. It's the Define Powder Pencil. So no wonder I like this, because it's a powder pencil. It's 75% powder added, non-sticky smoothing. I've really been happy with this one. It goes on really smoothly. Yeah, there are a few brow pencils on their site, so I'll make sure to list which one this is. It's the Floral Eyebrow Define Powder Pencil. Does a really nice job of mimicking hairs in case you have some sparse areas like I do. I have to fill in. Going with the DIOR Show Onset Brow. This is the Eastern Beast Sculpting Makeup Palette. This miniature relief engraving that I showed in the unboxing. It's the 4 Eastern Beasts. So if you look on the site, you can read more about each of the sections and what they represent. So I'll tell you as I go through these. We've got White Tiger here, this powder. I think they said to apply this to the forehead. I think this is the light beige highlighter. There's nothing sparkly in here, or at least from what I can tell. Let's add this to the forehead. Okay, it's a little bit light for me, but I like the idea. It's more like a powder. Let's go ahead with a contour color right here. This is the brown shade. And this says to apply it to the cheekbones, jawline, temples, and other areas you want to touch up. So use it as I would a bronzer. So I'm gonna go. So it actually is more on the cool side on me. It did a nice job of creating some dimension. Okay, so you can see this side versus this side that doesn't have any yet. Good, applied really nicely, very even. Let's go in now with the blush here. And on this one, it's the Vermilion Bird. Some really nice color on there. Definitely has a creaminess to this blush formula. This is a really pretty color. I'm curious if this has the ability to do kind of like what my Perfect Blur powder does in the front. So I'm gonna take this, the more matte, I guess I call it a highlighter, the one with the White Tiger on it. Oh, it does have a glow to it. I'm seeing that now. That's pretty though. Let's see, a little bit more blush. Let's actually take a little bit of this loose powder on the puff, just what's left of it, and then roll. Quite pleased so far with everything that I tried. I'm gonna go in with a bit of the highlighter now, the Azure Dragon. That's pretty. There's a bit of a coolness there with that. Oh, actually, I have another one to try as well. This is another highlighter that they sent me. Let's see how this goes. So that one has more of like a rose gold tone to it. So I just wanted you to be able to see those side by side in case you really like highlighters. Those are both pretty. For me, in general, highlighter can bring about texture, so I just go really easy on that, just a light dusting. But I think I might like this one better. Let's go ahead with the eyes. Oh, and I have my new Shiseido eye brush. This is the eye shading brush. It looks like this. So I'm gonna take this peach color all over the lid with this brush. Let's see how it goes. So for a great little one and done brush, it just applies everything really smoothly, and then I can pull the color out. Really nice base shade. Let's go ahead and use this brush again. I'm going to take this color though. Actually, let's take this shade right here. This deeper brown shade. And I'm going to apply it in the outer corner area. Use this to just blend really quick. So do something kind of soft here. Yeah, this is also a nice little brush if you just want to place the color right on the exterior. It just puts it right there for you. I'm just taking a fluffy brush here and blending. And then I always like to kind of put another color in between those too. So I'm going to take this color right here, and it's got a bit of a sheen to it. Oh, that's really pretty. I've really been wanting to try the blue shade here. So we're going to take the blue, this one right here, and use it as a bit of an eyeliner on the top. Let's try this without water first, and then we'll see if we need any water and what it does. So I'm taking the ROEN brush. It's nice and narrow. Pretty. Okay, I'm gonna add a little water. Got a little bit of the Chantecaille rose water. That does work really quite nicely with a little bit of water. I'm going to take a little bit of that blue right along the bottom lash line as well. I just need to connect it like this a little bit more instead of going down and then up. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to find something to tightline with and then add mascara, and then we'll see what this all looks like. I'm going to go ahead with a little bit of the Chantecaille Perfect Blur Powder just in the front here. We're going to go in with this really pretty lipstick with the charm on it. It's the Blooming Rouge Love Lock Lipstick. It's a silky texture, floral essence, and nourishing. So I have the shade here, M1314, Together Forever. So the Love Lock represents a token of affection given to your partner. And Fluoresces worked with locksmiths first in the ancient traditions of the craft in order to present this lipstick. And then it's got a beautiful engraving on it. I really tried to capture it in unboxing, but it was really difficult. So let me see if I can hold this up to the camera. This says it's enriched with extracts of cotton rose, summer snowflake flower, and Madonna lily to nourish your lips and reduce lip wrinkles. Oh, this will be interesting. So this shade has some warmth to it. Let's go in with Ruby Rain by House of Sillage. Beautiful. When I first wore this, I was talking to somebody and they stopped the conversation to just let me know how much they liked the fragrance. Really pretty fragrance, more on that woodsy side than anything else. If you like that and you don't love sweet, floral, fruity fragrances, you will like this one. I think I want to just add a little bit, just a little bit more blush. Let's go ahead and talk about the Slip Tint first. Since I have combo skin, it took a little bit of work to get this into the skin to really mesh with it. It was sitting on top a little bit. I think I may have put on too much on this side. That might have been part of the issue because when I used a little bit less, it was a little easier to work into the skin. This is probably more suited for drier skin types. I can imagine if you are oily, it might take a little bit more time to get this into the skin, but I do like that it has SPF and brightening benefits. So if you're looking for something that does both, this one has claims that it does both. This 3.5 is a little bit cool for me. I think when I looked at them, I was having a little bit of an issue trying to find the correct undertone in the range that I needed it in, and I think this was closest. But let me know if you have a better shade match and you're around my match. We'll see if I continue to pull for this. I think this might be better for me in the winter though, when I'm more dry. Then we went into the Fluoresces products. This loose powder is beautiful. It's the one with the teal powder puff, which I've already somehow, oh, here it is, right here. It is a really beautiful translucent powder, one that does what it says it will do, which is mattify without looking powdery. And that is a hard combination. Impressed with this so far. I did have to go in with a little bit of blur powder though to really address the dark areas. It was popping out to me. I don't know how evident it is to the camera, but I could still see some, so that's why I went in with the Perfect Blur Powder by Chantecaille. It always makes it just a little bit better. But if you don't have discoloration to contend with, this is a lovely one. I'll continue to use this though and see what I think, but that is a first impression. Very, very nice. Then we went in with this palette. I used the bronzer. Again, it's more of a contour on me. It was visible on me, but it was more of a contour, but it also works well with a little bit of the cool tone that I do have in my skin. I'm not totally warm. I do have some more neutral tones as well. So I thought it went really well with my particular skin tone as a contour. This was an interesting shade because I didn't see the glow on my forehead, but I did see it when I applied it in the front. I tried to use it as a blur powder, Perfect Blur Powder kind of product, and it did show a little bit more of a glow there. Nice, but I don't think I would use this one as much. I've got to play around with this a little bit more. It was pretty though, very finely milled. And then the blush was pretty. It went on really beautifully, smoothly. It's buildable. I like how it's not powdery. It's not a powdery blush at all. Really suited well for my skin tone again. So that's why I feel like this palette was built for someone of my skin tone. And then this highlighter is pretty. It does come across as cooler though on the cheeks versus warmer, which it looks like here. But it's still not a unicorn glow or anything like that, but it did have like a pinkier element to it. Oh yeah, and then I pulled this highlighter out really quick just because I wanted to compare. So if you wanted something, this is in the 02 shade. So if you wanted something like this, this is shade 2. There's another shade as well. I think it's more champagne than this. This was pretty as well. So it does have a more of that rose gold tone to it. Really pretty as well. Let's talk about this palette right here. Really beautiful. Now I did not use all of the shades. I just used this shade all over the lid. Went on smoothly. This one right on the exterior just to build a slight bit of dimension. I really just wanted to see how this looked, so I placed it in between, and then I went in with the blue, which is gorgeous. So this did apply well dry as well as with water. So I used it more as an eyeliner than anything else. Oh, I forgot to mention, I tightlined with the Eye Kajal in Black by Chantecaille. That's what I tightlined with. But I used this blue above and below, and that was it. I really love this color. It reminds me of this shade. Let's see if it's the same, because this was a limited edition by Chanel, Fervent Blue, which was such a pretty eyeliner, but I don't believe it's available anymore. So this is Fervent Blue, and this is the blue shade in the Fluoresces palette. So if you like the Fervent Blue color and you wanted it in an eyeshadow, it's very close. I'd be a little bit more red in this one. This is a quick eye, really easy to use. Beautiful results as well. We also have this lip shade. I have another lip shade by them, but I went with this one today. So the way you take this lipstick out is there's a button here that you push, and then the lipstick comes out. This is a gorgeous design on this lipstick, but the shade is also really pretty. I think it went well with the blue of the eye. I think it went well with the blush and with the initial eye shades that I applied as well. So they did send me some really cohesive items that worked well together. So overall, really quite pleased with the products that I tried out today. Like I said, the only one I had a little bit of difficulty with was this one, just because it was so hydrating on my combination skin. But now that it's on, it seems to be doing well. And then Fluoresces is a brand new line to me, so really excited to give those a try and very pleased with the results. And I know many of you have let me know that you already have tried and love Fluoresces products. So I would love to know which products exactly those are, so I can give those a try if you think we should give those a go. And if you tried and love the Saie product, I'd love to know what your skin type is, because I think that would be really helpful. But that is it for today's video, so please take care of each other. Stay well if you enjoyed this video. If you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time.